Planet Rock, Oasis. El último álbum de Oasis, Don't Believe the Truth, ha sido recibido como el mejor en 10 años. A pesar de algunos problemas menores en la grabación, se caracteriza por una holgada confianza y comparte la composición de las canciones, contribuyendo Noel con solo 5 de estas.
People always ask this about me, about sharing the songwriting. Like I'm some crazy old fucking Scrooge who lives in a tower, you know, and it's all mine, it's all mine. This is a band where it's about time these fuckers got their finger out. It's not me sharing the songwriting, it's everybody else contributing. So it's not me giving anything away, it's them joining in. You know, I've always wanted to be part of a band in its truest, in the true meaning of the word. I used to have to write 30 songs for an album, right, and pick the best 16 for all the B-sides. I wrote 30 songs last year, we've used 5. I don't have to work until 2012 when the Olympics start. I'm serious. Get on that. Bet you'd love being an artist, wouldn't you? I'm not doing fucking, not a stroke. I can unequivocally tell you that the word panic never comes into my vocabulary at all.
It was more like...
It was 3 years of leisure.
It was more like, this is not really working, is it? No. Well, should we take a month off and then talk about it in a month?
Seriously. But we started off with a bunch of songs that we thought were great. It quickly dawned on us that while we were doing them, no, they weren't that great. Now, my whole thing is it's not working, you know, and there's no point in trying to throw any more shit against the wall there, nothing's sticking. I'm going on holiday. I invite you all to do the same. So we'd be like a month to pass and then we'd reconvene. We were written off after Standing on the Shoulder Giants, written off as a nostalgia act that would travel the world, play stadiums with absolutely nothing new to offer anybody. We had to make a record, not for anybody else other than our fans, you know, because we'd lost them. Not live, we could still sell out Wembley Stadium, but we had to make a record that inspired the people that got into us in the first place, and we did. And we also had to, it was the first record we'd made together, and we also had to learn. Well, it wasn't scary. There's no, I wasn't going into the studio scared, but it's like, it's a different thing being on stage and going, these are the songs we're going to play, and they're the parts. I see you in the dressing room for a drink, you know. We're all professional musicians and we can do that. Being in the studio, trying to create something from scratch, you don't know how that's going to work, you know, because some musicians are different animals in the studio than they are on stage. You know, there's a lot of bluff, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. You're kind of performing on stage. When you're in a studio, you kind of got to look each other in the eye and say, I'm not having that. That's shit. Oh, that's great, you know. So that was, I used the word difficult, but it wasn't like a struggle, but it was kind of, fucking hell, is this going to work? Are we going to be able to make a record together? And it became obvious in about, I don't know, about 20 minutes that it was going to be great.
El éxito del último álbum de Oasis ha reiniciado el debate entre los críticos sobre lo que lo hace un gran álbum de Oasis. Ese debate es uno para el que Noel cuenta con poco tiempo.
The whole thing about Oasis has taken me by surprise. You know, I knew we were a pretty good band, but if somebody would have said to me, you know, however many years ago it is, we'd have done what we've done and still be around to tell the tale. You know, I would kind of accepted it, but it's not something that you can. It still amazes me. Do you know what I mean? I think we've ascended to a place now where kind of U2 are. You know, when people say, if someone was to say to you, what kind of music do U2 make? It's kind of unanswerable. They don't make any kind of music. They make U2 music. And I think we've got to a place now where you can't pigeonhole Oasis, because for every term that you give it, like, well, it's rock and roll, and you think, like, well, is Songbird rock and roll? And you say, well, they write these big ballads, and you think, well, is the meaning of soul a ballad? As some might say, but I don't think so. So we've managed to carve out our own place in music, which is that we make Oasis music. It doesn't get any better than that, I don't think. The one thing we never do is sit down and put our album on a couch and psychoanalyse it, because it'll take the magic out of it. It's just great because it is, and thank the Lord that it is, because the next one might be shit. And we want, and you know, the next time we go to make a record and we put it out and people say it's shit, we won't know why it's shit. And I don't know why this one's great, but it is. So give thanks and praise.